Hello everyone! Welcome back to another 2v2 Warhammer battle. This is going to be Chaos and the Wood Elves versus the Empire and Dwarves. So in honor of the Norsca trailer dropping, I brought a mostly Norscan army, except for maybe the hero choices here. But for my army, we have a total of 6 Chaos Marauders with great weapons. I have 3 Marauder Horse Masters. I have an Exalted Hero. You can think of him like as a Marauder Champion on Man's Core. Also brought a Chaos Lord or a Marauder Lord, I don't know. And then also a Chaos Sorcerer of Fire with Fireball for the single purpose of sniping out things like this Light Wizard, so that's what that is going off to do. My ally has a front line of Eternal Guard, a Male Glade Lord, Spellsinger of Life, then 3 Wildwood Rangers, 2 Wild Riders, and 3 Deepwood Scouts with Swift Shiver Shards. Did I mention that I brought 2 Trolls, 2 Armor Trolls? Because the Norsemen also have Ice Trolls, which I think there's an armored version too. Then for the dwarves here, we have a front line of Longbeards, a couple of them great weapons, some of them not. We have miners with blasting charges behind them, Grombrindle, a Runesmith, 2 Iron Drakes, Ulthar's Raiders, Slayers, and then 2 Grudge Throwers, one of them the Goblobber. For the Empire player, we have a lot of Spearmen. Then we have the Light Wizard, which is already taken below half health. We have 2 Riflemen, and General of the Empire, 3 Great Swords, 2 Demigryph Knights with Halberds. I think that's it. So this is a pretty small map, a very, very small map. I'm going to whip my Marauders over here. They're getting hit by the Grudge Throwers, so I'm just going to try and, you know, boop, boop, over there. And then my allies wanted us to go around through the forest, so I'm like, okay. So we're going to get our Marauder army, which are fairly fast for infantry, I guess. Well, I mean, they're okay, I guess. But we're going to whip them around, and we're going to have a line like this, and we're going to assault up the hill, forcing the Dwarf player to come all the way down the hill, which they will actually do, and not just stand there. So that's good. But that's what we're currently doing, and again, I'm just kind of wasting the Grudge Thrower ammunition, but, well, not totally wasting them, they had me a couple times. But I'm just kind of going, you know, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's it. And then my ally is going to march up here, and I think they're going to hold, like, in this forest area, but I'm going to be the one that's going to be advancing forward on the Empire player. I'm getting my Fire Sorcerer here in another position to hit this guy with a Fireball. These are Overcast Fireballs. That one would have killed, but because of the angle of my sorcerer and this guy, I wasn't angled above him. I was angled actually kind of on the same level, so they didn't get the explosion damage of the fireball. But it is going to, I think, rout them temporarily. So now the Grudge Throwers are attacking my front line of Marauders, so we're going to throw in these people to start doing, to actually see the Uthar's Raiders, which we're going to see here soon. There we go. We got a rout now. And my Marauder is going to be kind of hanging out and dealing damage to these units, these Slayers and stuff. As our Marauder is going to be charging up into these rifle fire. How do they even see me? That's, well, I guess a couple of them can. The terrain here doesn't necessarily favor the rifles. Yeah, we are going to charge up. We're going to get this force over and around the spear line. Going to get the Chaos Sorcerer up here as well, because I want to try and charge the Light Wizard and get them off the battlefield for good. Demigryph Knight's going to come over here. I think some of the Great Swords are going to come over here, and the General of the Empire is going to come over here as well, as my front line is going to just deal with these Spearmen. I think I double up on this front line of Spearmen as my ally is helping me with the Deepwood Scouts, taking out these handgunners. And we're going to need to kill the Demigryph Knights as soon as possible. I'm going to rout the Light Wizard and move my Chaos Sorcerer Fire out of there before the Demigryph Knights get there. So I'm going to try and catch him with the Marauders. I'm going to throw in our Trolls because I've just seen armor piercing damage, but we're also going to first them into these Great Swords. The Dwarf player has actually marched down the hill and is now marching around and will fight my ally in the woods. My Marauders are still out here dealing with Uthar's Raiders. We're about to charge him here soon. I think briefly to try and take out the Grudge Thrower. I'm going to try, but I'm going to stop that soon because I need to focus on these Demis first and foremost. One Demigryph Knight goes after my Chaos Sword because I was trying to destroy those handgunners, but we're going to get him out of there. Here comes my Exalted Hero into the Great Swords. Trying to deal with those first with our Chaos Trolls, Wild Rider support. And now here come the Demis. I'm going to chase them with the Chaos Marauders. My front line is taking some damage here, and the Dwarves are still not engaging quite yet, just because they have a long way to go. My ally is ready for them. Demigryph Knights are drawing, and we're going to have just a big fight right here. The Demigryph Knights suck, but like we need to throw them in, we need to kill them. So I need to throw in my large creatures to try and kill them and all these Great Swords. It's a very important battle. We are being supported by the Deepwood Scouts. I'm going to pull my Marauders out here after dealing a lot of damage to Uthar's Raiders. We're going to try and get them up here to support a fight right here and throw their javelins. But there is some resistance in between us, including these Slayers. We're going to throw in our Chaos Lord on these handgunners, make them rout, and then we're going to go into here, which you can see we have a chain route going on with their infantry and their General of the Empire, who we focused down with the Exalted Hero, who had the Hellfire Sword upgrade, Deadly Onslaught popped, and Foe Seeker. So we dealt a massive blow to that General of the Empire. And now we still got to deal with these Demigryph Knights, like we just have to. And I don't really have any other tools nearby to deal with them except for some of my large creatures, so good luck, trolls. My Marauders are being burned by these Iron Drakes up here. My ally is engaged against their Longbeards. The Wildwood Ranger is going to go to town. Marauders still dealing with these Slayers, but I do eventually get them over here to start throwing javelins in behind these Demigryph Knights. And this is just a massive brawl that's going to hurt both sides. My Exalted Hero is taking a lot of damage here from the Demigryph Knights. My Chaos Sorcerer is as well. I'm going to try and pull him out. He is going to rout, but he will come back. I'm going to throw one Marauder Horseman into this Warrior Priest because I do not want his buffs helping these Demigryph Knights, so we're going to pin him down right there. The other two are going to go over here and start throwing their javelins. Meanwhile, my ally is still fighting over here. The Wildwood Rangers are doing a good job. The Eternal Guard are holding them, but they are getting nailed by these Iron Drakes, who I'm not sure who dealt the damage to those Iron Drakes. Maybe it's the Glade Lord, I'm not entirely sure, but someone is nailing these things. Maybe it was the Wildwood Ranger or Wild Rider that I missed. These Iron Drakes getting nailed by the Deepwood Scouts as well. Wildwood Rangers going over there as well. And I'm still fighting these Demigryph Knights, but we're starting to get a rout, but they're going to come back. I send one of my units to actually chase them. There goes my Exalted Hero routing off the field. I want to try and chase all these units off the field. Oh, wait, they actually are going to go off the field. Okay, so these routed earlier then, and I went to chase them, and they came back from routing, and then we had to refight again. But we're going to route all this Empire Infantry and those two Demigryph Knights off the field. Over here, my Chaos Sorcerer came back, so I'm just going to hit these things with the Fireball because they have weak armor. Doesn't do that much, but I can't overcast at this point or else I may kill myself. We disengaged from that Demigryph Knight fight, getting chased by those Slayers, doing some damage, rerouting these Spearmen, and we're going to go for these Handgunners with the Horse Masters. And then I'm going to send all of our Marauder units over here. We're going to get in the line, and we're going to charge up the hill to support my ally who's still fighting it out. Their infantry has taken a beating, and the enemy still has a lot of Miners and Longbeards and a Runesmith up here. Grombriddles out here are going to duke it out with the Glade Lord. Spellslinger Alive doing what they can. Going to cast on the Fireball on the Uthar's Raiders. Not that much damage, but it's cheap, and that's the only spell I took. Now we're coming in with our Marauders, our other Horse Masters, and my Chaos Lord, who's still sitting pretty on health because I popped the health potion. And we're going to be hitting these Iron Drakes and Uthar's Raiders, and then just kind of hitting the top of this dwarf formation. These rerouted those Handgunners, so they're going to be coming back up here as well. And we're going to start doing some rear charges on the dwarf line with the Horse Masters as our Marauders come back, and they're going to be coming up here as well. We're going to focus over here. I'm going to try and ignore Grombrindle for right now. I need to try and break the infantry here and the Runesmith first. My allies' infantry doesn't have much left, but what they do have is coming back. Luckily, they still have Wildwood Rangers. They still have a Spellslinger. So here we come. We're going to start charging the Slayers to try and finish them off really quickly. And then we're going to shift targets into the Iron Drakes right here with our leadership. As our Marauders crash into the Longbeards, supported by the Wildwood Rangers, we're getting cast with the heal spell from the Spellslinger of Life, which is great. Making sure that this guy doesn't die. Do some good damage to the Iron Drakes with our Marauder Horse Masters that we charged in there and our Chaos Lord. One Eternal Guard still holding off some Longbeards and Miners over there. And our Marauders and Trolls are just kind of going down. And our Trolls are taking a lot of damage, but they do have that regen, and they did get healed by the Spellslinger. So they're still really good. I think they've only lost, what, like 2 units here and then 1 there, maybe? I think? Yeah. Through that Demigryph Knight fight, they regenerated enough to not lose a lot of models, so that's really good. And now we're just folding the Dwarf line, charging in with our leadership. Got a bunch of axes in there, along with my allies' Wildwood Rangers. Grombrindle's trying to get up to the leadership, but their army is now dying to just all of this damage. And now the enemy is going to shatter, including that Grombrindle. And that is going to be a victory for Norsca and their Wood Elf allies. That was looking kind of a little grim there when the Demigryph Knights were still around. My Marauder line was mostly dead, and I saw my allies' front line dying. But we managed to pull it together. It was still a very costly fight, but a victory nonetheless.
Get them!
Whew.
Eat your soul!
So good game to Mosh Pit, Rodlog, and Smirnov. I'm pretty happy with the kills that my army got across the board. Trolls did good. I think my leadership did good. My poor Exalted Hero got singled out and I didn't pull him out in time, so he routed off a little early, but he still helped kill a general of the Empire and some other units, some great swords and stuff. But again, my Marauders I think did pretty good, and I liked my Marauder Horsemasters for Mosh Pit. I think they did really well. At the same time, the Eternal Guard held, the Wildwood Rangers killed a lot, the Deepwood Scouts did a lot of damage, and the Wild Riders did a lot of good charges. For Rodlog, the Light Wizard got sniped out before they could do anything. Warrior Priest got a lot of kills. Spearline held for a long time. These great swords were in my Marauder fight, and they got some kills against my Marauders, and maybe they killed a troll. But there was a lot of armor-piercing damage in the fight that they were involved in. We sniped the Riflemen with the Deepwood Scouts, and I think my leadership. And then the Demigryph Knights still did pretty good as in that massive brawl. Grum Brindle, 75 kills. Runesmith, 45 kills. Longbeard Line General did pretty good. This Iron Drake did really good. And the Goblobber did really good. The Slayers, I think most of their kills were at the end, because I think they were chasing my Marauder Horsemasters around the map for most of that. And I think they were thrown into melee there towards the end. But still, good game, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the preview of Norsca. Not really, it's just Chaos Marauders. Norsca does sound really cool. If you haven't seen, they put up like a Facebook video, a live video 2 days ago now, and they revealed the roster, and Norsca sounds really cool. It's crazy because like the newer races they're introducing sound cooler than the old races, because like the newer races have like race-wide mechanics. Like Norsca has the Enraged, I think it's called. So the longer they're in combat, the beefier their stats get, so you need to crush them quickly or like do quick hit and runs, or else they're going to be getting stronger and stronger as they're enraging. I think there's like 3 different tiers of enrage, and some of the units have a berserker trait which makes them enrage faster, so they get stronger in combat faster. So yeah, like the longer a fight goes on with Norsca, the stronger all their units become. All their units is a faction-wide buff. And like Lizardmen have a similar thing with like their is there called Enrage or like Berserk ability as well, or Rampage? I think they go like in a Rampage. So like these new races, they sound really cool, and I don't know. I hope they give maybe a little bit more love to the older races at some point too. But anyway, let's go watch the cinematic view. For Norsca. Damn Goblobber.
Murder is in the air! I can smell it!
Ooh, friendly fire.
The Northmen must die! Don't give them an inch! Yes!
Get him, armor trolls.
On the march!
Whoa. That was a weird deep sound.
Time grows short! Pull it down! Retreat! The gods will it!
Oh, that friendly fire, like right through the head. Literally right through the head. Jeez.
Kill the Southerners!
Maybe we already routed the general. I think he was over here.
Give us carnage! They cast spells against us!
Onward, moving! Going!
Yeah, those wood elves just getting roasted. I love that attack animation. It's really good. That Glade Lord arrow, though. You have fire too, dwarves. Although you don't really care that much about it. But... we are heroes. That heal though.
Our magic will destroy them! That's what the Masters bid!
Bring us the carnage! Chaos comes! Honor the dark got a fine order! This world will die!
Oh, that's right. I gave Grumbrindle a fireball just to say hello.
Moving!
It barely tickled him, like I knew it would. But he knew.
Going! Like so!
I was like, don't you wish you could fly, Grumbrindle, huh? Maybe you could cast fireballs from the air. But you never will, because you're just a silly dwarf. Well, I guess you could theoretically get into like a gyrocopter. Yeah, puke on him.
Moving! Going!
Puke on the filthy Dowie. And there we go. Hope you enjoyed the battle, everybody. I will see you all next time. Take care.